Hi, Marlon. Now we're going to be practicing financial statements of a company as well as things like market cap and share price. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's assume hypothetically there's a company called Black Mesa, and this company has a market cap of almost $1 billion, and it has a share price of $27.2 per share. Good so far?
Yeah.
Okay, it has COGS of round about $115 million. So what does COGS stand for?
It stands for costs of goods sold.
That is correct. And it has an OPEX of $65 million. What does OPEX stand for?
Operational expenses.
That is correct. Now, the company achieves approximately 540,000 units a year as a volume and at an RSP of $537 per unit. What does RSP stand for?
RSP stands for retail selling
That
price.
is correct. Retail selling price. So eventually, I want you to find out what is the net income, outstanding shares, and something called EPS. What does EPS stand for?
EPS stands for earnings per share.
That is correct. Okay. In order to find these, before even we get to these three things, you got to find out two other things. What are those two other things?
Gross profit and revenue.
That is correct. So starting with the revenue, shall we calculate? First of all, what's the formula for revenue?
The formula for revenue is the volume times RSP.
That is correct. So let's get it done, shall we?
Yeah. So right now I'm going to use the calculator.
Be my guest.
So the revenue is 290,193,726 dollars.
Correct to the dot. Well done. Well done. I wrote it here. Okay, so
Mhm.
that is our revenue. Okay, how about the formula for gross profit?
So the formula for gross profit is the revenue minus the cost of goods.
That is correct. And what would be the number then?
The number would be 174,994,726 dollars.
That is absolutely correct, Marlon. Okay, so now that we have found out what's the revenue and what's the gross profit, I want you to come to the net income. What would be the formula involved in finding out the net income?
It's the gross profit minus the operational expenses.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's find out then, shall we?
Yeah. So the net income would be 109,994,726 dollars.
That is absolutely correct. I'm writing it down myself. Okay. So now that you have found the right number when it comes to net income, will you be able to
Mhm.
tell us what would be the outstanding shares? What's the first of all formula to get to the outstanding shares?
The formula to get to the outstanding shares is the market cap divided by the share price.
Ooh, that's correct. Okay, so let's find out, shall we?
Yeah. So the outstanding shares would be 35,799,235.
Shares. Okay, exactly. I'm gonna write that number down here on the whiteboard. So that is basically the outstanding shares. Okay, that is great. Now you have the net income, you have the outstanding shares. What is the formula for EPS?
So the formula for EPS is the net income divided by the outstanding shares.
That is so true. All right, so if that is the case, let's make that calculation, please. 109 million
So
divided by, yes.
the EPS would be 3.07.
Okay, 3.07. So we always look at two decimals, yeah? Always have two decimals there.
Yes.
That is good memory. I'm gonna write it down. It is 3.07. Wow, that was fantastic. So thank you so much, Marlon, for this great demonstration. And yeah, I hope people will be learning from this exercise. Thanks to you.
Thank you.